14 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week. Next week on EastEnders, Denise prepares to confess everything to Jack as her grip on reality slips further. Meanwhile, Linda also risks the Six's big secret during a conversation with Alfie, while a new story begins for Denzel. Here's a full collection of the biggest moments to watch out for. 1. Denise wants to confess everything. Denise has forgotten her birthday and becomes overwhelmed by her family's celebrations. Jack tries to find out what's going on, but Denise knows she can't open up to him, which only drives an even bigger wedge between them. The family are all upset and confused by Denise's behavior, but the final straw comes when she realizes that Raymond is actually scared of her. Devastated by this, Denise decides to tell Jack everything. 2. Suki feels the pressure. Stacy presses Suki to get the divorce deal with Nish done so the cafe is safe from him. When Suki goes to see Nish, he presses her about what happened on Christmas night. Suki tries to twist it all around to put Nish off the scent, but it's clear he's suspicious. 3. Jack and Stacy get passionate again. When Kat makes an intriguing comment about Stacy's past, Nish breaks into the Slater house to confront Stacy and get the truth from her. She's terrified, but Jack interrupts them and sends him packing. Grateful to Jack for saving her, Stacy kisses him. He responds before making a swift exit, feeling terrible about betraying Denise again. Jack later joins a party at the Slaters, and Stacy takes him aside to ask about Denise. 4. Alfie is left mortified. Alfie meets a nervous fellow patient called Shahir during one of his last radiotherapy sessions, but feels lonely when Shahir's loved ones show up while he's alone. Linda invites Alfie for a drink in the Vic afterwards and gets Ian and Billy along as well. It's all going well until Alfie can't get to the toilet in time and has an accident. 5. Denise sparks more concern. It's the day of baby Charlie's guardianship hearing, and Lily and Ricky are nervous. Denise is surprised to hear that Nish has an altercation with Jack and Stacy, and corners her to find out what happened. Stacy convinces Denise that it was over Suki, but Denise is so unsettled by this that she rushes off as both families walk into the courtroom. A worried Chelsea finds Denise and begs her to seek help from medical professionals. Later that night, Amy soothes Denise as she cries out in her sleep, but Jack isn't there. 6. Linda supports Alfie. Alfie is mortified about wetting himself in the Vic, and Linda begs him to open up to Ian and Billy about his cancer diagnosis, explaining that he needs to let people support him. After a false start, Alfie finally tells his friends everything, and they vow to be there for him. 7. Denzel is left devastated over Yolande. Denzel has an altercation with Bully Logan in McClunky's and is then surrounded by him and his gang outside. Yolande spots what's happening and tries to intervene until she trips up. When the gang film Yolande, Denzel feels terrible that he couldn't protect her. Denzel continues to be haunted by the video, which shows him failing to protect Yolande. When Nugget teases him, Denzel lashes out, forcing Priya to break them up. 8. Jack and Denise clash again. Denise wakes up screaming, but Jack's not there. Jack finally arrives home after being out all night and is short with Denise over missing the court hearing. When she questions where he's been all night, Jack makes an excuse about work, but Denise is anxious that the case might be connected to the Christmas Day death and steals his phone to find out. As Denise's paranoia grows, a row later breaks out between her and Jack, which leads to Penny discovering that he slept with someone else. Following this, Denise seeks out an unlikely confidante. 9. Linda makes a mistake with Alfie. Linda is shaken when Ricky sends a photograph of Mick and Janine's baby. Alfie later finds Linda drunk and inconsolable in the Albert and takes her home. During a heart-to-heart, a drunken Linda says more than she should. The following day, Linda is shaken to receive a text from Alfie asking to talk about what she said. Fearing she accidentally confessed, Linda heads to meet Alfie. As she continues to drink, Linda twists the truth to throw Alfie off the scent. 10. Suki faces a dilemma. Suki, feeling the mounting pressure from Stacy to finalize the divorce deal with Nish, confronts him about their arrangement. However, Nish shockingly reveals his intention to renege on their deal, opting to retain control of all the businesses involved. In a cunning move, Nish manipulates the situation, asserting that if Suki opposes his decision, he will refuse to grant her the divorce, effectively trapping her in an unwanted marriage. This revelation leaves Suki in a precarious position, torn between two unfavorable options. Now faced with a dilemma, Suki must carefully weigh the consequences of her choices. On one hand, she could take Nish to court, risking potential legal battles that could expose sensitive information and even lead him to involve the police. On the other hand, agreeing to Nish's revised deal would grant her the freedom she desires, but at the cost of conceding to his manipulative tactics. As Suki grapples with this challenging decision, the complexities of her predicament unravel, exposing the power dynamics within her relationship with Nish and the difficult choices she must make to secure her independence. 11. Denzel upsets Amy. Ravi and Priya bring Nugget and Avani over to apologize to Denzel, and Ravi invites the boys to the boxing den to learn a different way to channel their emotions. Amy tries to reassure Denzel about his standoff with Logan, but he's paranoid about not being buff enough. At the boxing den, Denzel spars with Nugget but asks George if he can get in the ring with fighter Rufus. After Denzel tries to take things too far, George gives him a pep talk about managing his emotions and building his strength. Amy is later annoyed when Denzel is so engrossed by a fitness influencer's videos that he neglects her. She's further hurt when he chooses to go to the gym instead of having dinner at her place. 12. Denise makes a worrying move. Elaine organizes a captivating psychic night at the Vic, drawing a curious crowd to witness Madame Tellerina's mystic abilities. However, the atmosphere takes a sharp turn when Kathy, Stacy, and Suki, among others, witness Denise's unexpected and unsettling entrance. Immediately, concern grips the onlookers as they observe Denise's presence, sensing something amiss in her demeanor. The shock deepens when Denise, seemingly caught in the throes of her own internal turmoil, decides to take the stage voluntarily. Her willingness to expose herself to the psychic realm reflects a desperate attempt to seek answers to the despair that has been consuming her. As Denise steps into the spotlight, the audience, including Kathy, Stacy, and Suki, can only watch in astonishment as the evening unfolds, leaving an eerie feeling lingering in the air. The repercussions of Denise's participation in the psychic night become apparent later at home when her grip on reality further slips, raising troubling questions about the depths of her emotional struggles and the mysteries she seeks to unravel. 13. Phil tries to make amends with Kat. Kat receives a surprise gift from Phil, but isn't happy with the contents. She goes to hand back the money Phil gave her, and he asks her to come home. However, Kat can't forgive him and turns back to Nish. 14. Jean bonds with Jade. Jean and Jade find a genuine connection as they spend increasingly more time together, forming a bond that transcends their initial circumstances. This growing friendship between them brings a sense of joy to Jean, who cherishes the companionship and meaningful conversations they share. Unbeknownst to them, their developing relationship, marked by laughter and shared moments, becomes a source of satisfaction for the manipulative Dean, who harbors his own ulterior motives behind encouraging their connection. As their bond strengthens, Jean extends a gesture of goodwill by bringing some cake over to Jade. However, in a firm declaration, she makes it clear to Dean that her actions are motivated not by any allegiance to him but rather for the sake of her daughter, Shabnam, and her friend Shirley. Jean's intentional distancing from Dean underscores her awareness of his manipulative tendencies, emphasizing that her kindness is directed toward those she cares about, rather than being influenced by his questionable intentions. This subplot unfolds as a testament to Jean's discernment and loyalty to her loved ones, showcasing the complexities of relationships in the midst of external influences. If you're enjoying these EastEnders spoilers and want to stay up to date on the latest developments in your favorite soap opera, consider subscribing to the official channel. By subscribing, you'll receive timely notifications about new episodes, intriguing storylines, and unexpected twists. Don't miss out on the drama, suspense, and emotional roller coaster that EastEnders has to offer. Subscribe now to ensure you're always in the loop and ready for the next thrilling chapter in the lives of your favorite characters.